You're listening to Rico and the Man with Rob Traegler and Peter Martino.
Yes, just what the world needs, another podcast. I'm Rob Traegler, and welcome to Rico and the Man. And introducing my co-host on the East Coast, my pal, my lover, my everything, Mr. Peter Martino.
Rob Traegler, how are you, sir? So good to hear your voice.
So good to hear your voice, old buddy. How long have we known each other?
At least 50 years, if I can recollect. No, it's a good, since 2003, I think, I want to say.
2003.
So almost 20 years, which is crazy.
20 years of Rico and the Man.
Damn.
Wow. So I don't remember the story how we met in college. You seem to remember it a little bit more clearly. We were in some sort of class together, right?
We were in home ec together, and I remember you burnt your banana bread, and I was like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. He never baked a banana bread in his life. We were kind of in that William Patterson TV realm together, just kind of like taking the same classes, I feel like, and doing the same extracurricular activities. So I feel like that's where we kind of, got to know each other, and it was just history ever since. Destiny ever since.
Destiny, history, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But ever since we've been talking TV, movies, life, and that's what this show's all about. That's what we're here to talk about. Life,
that's what we're here for.
Movies, TV, whatever the fuck we want, right?
This is basically a therapy session for the two of us.
Yes.
It's our only outlet to vent and talk about this crap.
Speaking of which, before we get into anything else, how you doing? How you holding up in the ongoing pandemic?
The never-ending pandemic.
Never-ending
pandemic. Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's going. I mean, I guess it's kind of getting better. I'm hoping. I did get my vaccine. I could say that much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I didn't get a sticker or anything, which I'm a little disappointed about. But I did get the vaccine, and
why did you want to put it on Instagram?
Yeah,
and Facebook.
I want to post about it so everybody knows. Just like when people always post how they voted. So everybody knows that they voted, and they got a sticker that said, I voted.
Not who they voted for, but that they voted.
I voted. But how are you doing with all this crap?
Well, work is as busy as ever. Just working on a few different projects, both in editing and producing some upcoming shoots, possibly in Boston. So it's making me nervous because... I did the whole thing last summer, traveling all over the country in an RV with the wife for her show. Right. And now I might have to do this other thing, but it's a shorter term gig, but it would be kind of show running this HGTV show, which I've always wanted to do, an HGTV show.
Cool.
Secretly. Guiltily.
Guiltily? Is that a word?
No, it's not. It's not. But
I guiltily wanted to do it.
I guiltily wanted to do it, Your Honor. Mom, I'm guiltily.
Have you ever been to Boston before or no?
Oh, many times for different projects. And I got to tell you, I'm not a big fan.
Really?
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's just that, I think anytime you go somewhere for work, it's tainted by the fact of whatever quality of work that is.
Right.
So I can't say I've been everywhere in the planet, but I've enjoyed 2%.
Yeah.
Because you're always there and you're always stressed out and you're working. It's like you're not going to fucking the Eiffel Tower and...
Yeah, you have a time crunch. You have to follow a schedule.
Croissant. A
croissant. I can't even go to the fucking Louvre to look at the Mona Lisa.
Because a call sheet doesn't allow it.
Which is overrated, by the way. But that's a
Is it really?
Story.
The Mona Lisa is overrated.
The Mona Lisa is fucking overrated. You heard it here, folks.
How
Actually,
so?
I've heard a lot of people say that.
How so?
Well, first of all, the Louvre is huge. It's a great museum, and there's so many other cool things other than Mona Lisa there. There's great statues and just all this really cool stuff. And then you get to the Mona Lisa. It's small, by the way, and it's behind this, I don't know how many things of glass because they have to protect it. And you got the fucking paparazzi surround it. Can I say paparazzi on the show?
Yes.
Okay. You got the fucking paparazzi surrounding it, and you can't even get within 20 feet of it. So it's just they kind of take a quick picture and then they kind of kick you out. But
And how long do you have to wait to get there? How long do you have to sit there before you can actually see it?
Yeah, I forgot how long the line was. I don't remember it being a long wait to get in the room or whatever to see it. But then once you're in, it's just kind of there's a crowd of people Mona Lisa over here, Mona Lisa. You can't see shit.
People are out there Mona Lisa.
To your right. Mona Lisa, look over here. Who are you wearing? That's it.
That's
Good night,
it.
everybody.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you next time when no, I'm kidding. So later in the show, we're going to be talking to my buddy John Bowe, who has his own podcast, doing a little cross-promotional thing here for my buddy John Bowe. It's actually pretty interesting, and I recommend everyone listen to it. It's called Flop of the Heap, and it's about Broadway flops that we've hardly ever heard about.
Really? Wow.
It's actually pretty fucking fascinating and hilarious stories. And him and another guy, they just tell all these stories and they do their research and they dig up all this history in there. It's really funny. So I'm going to be talking to him a little bit later.
Nice.
Hey, by the way, earlier today, I sent you the rough ass rundown for the show.
Yes.
And you said you couldn't read it. You have an iPhone?
I do, but my iCloud's not open, and to be honest, I was working at the time. I didn't have time to go into my settings.
Wait, back up. You were working at the time, so you're it's not work. So you told me it wasn't working, even though you knew how to fix it and read it.
Right.
So you made me do more work on my side just to make it easier for you, who was at the time working.
I wanted you to feel like the idiot.
Exactly. Story of my life, Pete. Story of my life.
No, and I'm ready to go. I wrote my notes down. I wrote little notes down.
All right, well, let's get into it. Oscar stats, 58% down from last year. Oscar ratings down. I think it's time to just say goodbye to the awards show.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just not fun anymore. It took a different route, and it's way too serious and way too, I'm going to say political, but the Oscars have always been political.
They've been political, but they haven't been just so dry and devoid of any emotion or happiness or fun. It all just feels like a process. We have to self-congratulate. We have to shake hands. We have to make jokes. There's 12 people in the room.
Right. Anthony Hopkins isn't even there.
Anthony Hopkins is sleeping.
So would it be funny, though, if he was dressed as the Black Panther, giving his acceptance speech just as a tribute to Chadwick Boseman? But still it being a very heartfelt, speech, but just him dressed in the costume just as a tribute.
With, the mask off? Yeah. Or would it computerize off when he walks up to the camera?
Not the full movie version, but just kind of a cheap Party City
pulls
version
it off
of the
like
Black
a cloth.
Yeah. And then he just
he would be a very portly old Black Panther.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but still giving a heartfelt speech. And just and in conclusion, I'd just like to say, Wakanda forever.
Well, here's the thing about the Oscars. The Oscars was when I was a kid growing up, was the one night, like Sunday night, school night, that I could stay up late. That was like a holiday for me because it was so fun. You know, you knew all the movies, first of all. You actually had seen most of the movies that were nominated.
Yeah.
You know, and it was only, 5 then? Now it's like 14.
Yeah, that's another thing.
And it's not a challenge. I mean, you want to watch what you want to watch. It's not a challenge. You know, some years I would challenge myself. I got to see each movie. But it got harder and harder and harder every year.
Yep.
And this year, I saw one out of all of them.
Which one was that?
It was an unremarkable movie. It was very good, very well written. It won for Best Screenplay, but that's the Promising Young Woman.
Okay.
It's a fine film, Pete. But... you know, Oscars used to be, you know, just these majestic big movies that, you know, were really awesome. And now these small indie, everything's like an indie, these small message movies. And
right. Every movie has to have a message now, and everything has to have like every movie has to have like just has to reflect the times. And it's just like, no, you want to go to the movies to escape the real world shit sometimes.
That's why I like to go. You know, there's a lot of movies out there that just I want entertainment from. That's why they were made. That's why they were put there. And that's what made me grow up loving movies.
If a movie was good, and it kind of got recognized. But now you have a certain, you know, demographic that you need to touch base on and everything, and everyone has to be represented, which is great. I'm glad more people are getting involved, but I mean, it kind of takes the fun out of it now, and it's just kind of becoming, you know, fucking factory machine.
Yeah, a fucking factory machine.
The Academy Factory Machine Awards.
Where do we go from here? Hollywood has become such a fractured machine with Me Too and this whole Scott Rudin thing that just came out about the bullying, and all these big wigs are going down, which I love because I worked with some of these people on the TV side over the years, you know?
Right.
But at the same time, it's just, you know, the majesty of Hollywood has been gone for a long time, but now you're starting to see the symptoms of it. And, you know, like the movie stars literally dying in front of you. I mean, as funny as Harrison Ford's speech was, I know he can turn it on, but, you know, he was hardly there.
Right. You do a good Harrison, I have to say.
Thanks. Yeah. Well, it's easy to do old Harrison because you just have to slow down everything.
Right.
I'm going to read a list about the...
if they ever need an audio pickup for
yeah, call me.
That anybody. He doesn't want to show up to.
Frank Marshall.
Yeah.
Those notes were from Blade Runner. Oh man, I just walk around talking to the cats and the dogs, doing old Harrison Ford. You know, like,
you got to make some calls, man. Get it out there.
Yeah.
Make a reel or something.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely. Use that shit. If he ever does a audio biography book, you're it, man.
Just get that guy with the podcast. But yeah, he's old. Anthony Hopkins is very old in his Black Panther costume. And here's another thing, like with the whole Chadwick Boseman thing. He's a great actor. I love him. You know, he's been great in the few things I've seen, and I feel horrible that we've lost him so soon. You know, there's an outcry now that he didn't get the posthumous Oscar.
Right.
Should every dead actor deserve the posthumous Oscar?
I say no. Nothing against him. I mean, to be honest, I haven't seen any of these movies, so I can't really determine, you know, who I thought was better.
Right.
But I disagree with giving, you know, an award to someone just because they passed away.
Agreed.
You know, I mean, if fucking Robert De Niro was up against, you know, some golden age Hollywood star that passed away the same year that he won for Raging Bull, it's just like, no, obviously Robert De Niro was the best actor in that category that year.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't believe in that. As sad as it is, and as sucky as it is that actors die, especially when they're young, you got to give it where the credit is due.
Yeah, 1,000,000% agreed. That's why you need Anthony Hopkins in a Black Panther outfit.
That's why you need it.
His award.
Perfect. You satisfy everybody. Everyone's happy.
If you were producing the Oscars, it would be through the roof. The ratings would be back on top.
That's it. That's all you need.
That's all you need. You just put it right in the middle of the fucking, telecast. Everyone will be talking about it. Social media.
Go
blitz.
Viral.
Viral.
That's what they're all looking for. They're looking for things to go viral.
Buy, sell. Enough about the Oscars. I'm done with the Oscars.
What the hell's going on over there?
It's the money-making machine. Enough about the Oscars. Well, one more thing about the Oscars is the West Side Story trailer. Steven Spielberg is back.
Is he?
We don't know. As you know, I am a champion, long, my entire life, Spielberg champion, almost to a fault.
Let's go to you first with this, then. What did you think of the trailer?
What I think is, I don't care how good the visuals look. I don't care how good the acting is. I'm happy that they're all cultural appropriate in this one.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, it's still West Side Story and a musical. You're not
a musical fan, right?
I am a musical fan, but it has to be a special kind of musical. And the only thing I have in my head is that original Natalie Wood movie.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Which they would put on like, a rainy day in gym class and shit, and you're sitting there and it's like, pam, 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 pam. Oh, Jesus Christ. When
like, you're a jet all
right.
the way.
Exactly. And I don't know. I got to get out of that mindset and go in fresh. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Maybe I'll go to a couple extra therapy sessions and get rid of those PTSD memories of the original West Side Story and see it. What did you think, though? I mean, it looks beautiful. It looks. Yeah,
I mean, it was
rich.
Fine. Yeah, it's just it didn't look like anything new. It just looked like a rehash of a lot of the what the original was trying to convey, and the same. Similar type of visuals. I mean, I'm sure this will be more visually appealing, knowing Spielberg.
There's a million other things the nerd in me would want him to be doing with his time, but that's not, it's up to him. It's whatever he wants at this point. He's earned it time and time again, so.
Whatever Spiels wants, Spiels gets.
Whatever Spiels wants, Spiels gets. That's the impression of Steven Spielberg that we used to do in college.
It sounds just like him, right?
Yep. Looks good. Whatever Spielberg wants, Spielberg gets.
Mr. Spielberg, what's your next project? West Side Story.
Starring that kid who was recently in a sex scandal.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, do you think that pushed this any further, or that's why they're making it such a soft opening for this movie? We're not seeing a lot of that kid at all. Do you think that affected it at all? Because you remember it came out, went away immediately, because Spiels was probably like, this doesn't look good.
Stop the presses. Yeah, you're right, though. That story did kind of die down pretty quick. So I don't know. Who knows? But I don't know. I don't know if they postponed the movie because of that. But who knows?
Let's get far away from any of that stuff, and let's talk about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It has ended now. Last Friday was the finale of the 6-episode run on Disney+. Falcon and the Winter Soldier started very strong, but I fear it ended a bit too weak.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
Please go on.
WandaVision had a good balance of heart and solving this unraveling mystery with believable emotion. And this was like 6 episodes that weren't long enough for you to like get on board with anybody. And like the villain, Carly Morgenthau, I didn't believe her entire, we fight for all, for one, for all, and we're taking down the bigger picture. It's like,
I kind of agree with you. I think it started off really strong, and then it kind of like fizzled out a little bit. The villain was really annoying in it. I thought her whole character, and they focused way too much on her, where I would rather they have focused more on the 2 leads,
Agreed, 1,000,000%. It was a lot too much, all for one, one for all.
Yeah.
More like, people, dude, one world, 4 people.
Yeah. All the people.
One world, 4 people.
That fucking cult. But yeah, I thought the 3 most interesting characters were obviously the 2 leads, and then the fake Captain America, which I forgot his character name, but
John Walker.
Oh my God, that scene where he killed that guy in the street! I thought that was such a great scene.
Yeah,
and that image of him standing up with the bloody shield, I just thought like said so much right there, just with that one image.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, I love that too.
But that was kind of like what the fuck kind of scene, moments that I live for, especially in like a comic book movie. I mean, obviously, I'm hoping they're going to do more with that the fake captain. What the fuck's his name? I forgot his.
John Walker, and it's Kurt Russell's son, Wyatt Russell.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I could see that. I can see them being related now that you just said that.
Right?
It's so funny. But, I thought the production value was really good. The special effects, I feel like, have gotten a whole lot better for TV.
Honestly, a lot of times I can't tell the difference between the movies and the TV shows as far as the effects go. They're top notch for TV.
Yeah, and that's awesome. I'm happy to see that, because I always hated like watching a TV show, and you could tell that the
just switch over to the CW. They're still doing that shit over on the CW.
Yeah, they definitely are.
If you go tune into that shit and watch Superman and The Flash and cartoons flying around, look like the same shit I was watching when I was a kid. The Flash,
Batgirl. The original Batman in the 1960s probably had better special effects than these shows. Holy rotten metal, Batman!
How many of those you got in you?
Oh, I have a lot.
Give me another Robin.
Holy black bananas!
That's not one. Is it?
Holy Anthony Hopkins, Batman!
Holy black bananas!
Sorry, I'm looking at bananas right now that I have hanging in my kitchen, and they're all so spotted. They're like almost black.
We're getting inside the mind of Peter Martino. I said, give me another Robin line, and he said, I see some bananas hanging over there. Holy black bananas, Batman.
And they're black, and they're big, and they're spotted.
Oh.
But what were we talking about?
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
The last episode.
I liked it, though. I thought it was good. I just, I think we both agree that they strayed too much from the original focus of the show, which is the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Great. It could have been called, Zemo and Carly.
Yeah.
You see, James, not everything is as it seems.
Yeah.
I love that guy, though. I love.
He is great.
I love Zemo.
He is great.
But he kind of had like a wimpy ending. He's like, "Okay, I'll see you on the island, James."
Yeah. Well, he'll be back.
I hope so. I'd like to see him and Julia Louis-Dreyfus running some sort of villain club.
Yep, that would be interesting.
You remind me of someone I saw on TV on a show called Seinfeld.
Elaine Bennis.
I knew it was you all along. And then the multiverse explodes.
And then they're dancing at a club, and Elaine's doing her Elaine dance, and then he's doing his like Pietro dance.
Yeah. But yeah, the Disney Plus, the Marvel, it's all a machine. It's all a machine.
It's a machine.
And what sucks is that those are the movies now that I seek out more, and those are the series I seek out more, the ones that are part of the bigger IP machines, because at least it's like, I don't know. It's something fun to follow, and it is an escape and entertainment like we talked about earlier. You know, you
Yeah.
just know you're going in for a fun time. You know?
Yep.
You're not going in for nomad land.
Right.
That's
No, I hear you.
the escape. But on the other side of all that, Vin Diesel is going to be in a live action version of a Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
What? like, you know,
what else are they going to think of right now?
but I mean, that was a game. I had it. I don't know if you had it. And the entire point of the game was you had two triggers, and it was two guys in a boxing ring, and you had to punch the head off of the other robot to win.
I actually had a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle version of that game with Michelangelo, and I think Shredder was the other one, was the villain that you fought. So,
So there you go. You know exactly. You know exactly what we're talking about. But how are you going to make an entire movie out of that? Especially with Vin Diesel. Maybe if we're lucky, we get to see his head get punched off. But like, I don't know. What's that movie going to look like? It's going to be just off of that title. You know, Vin Diesel is Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Yeah. And sadly, it'll go to gross $80 billion with 12 sequels. And I mark my words, Pete. Mark my fucking words. There's going to be a Rock'em Sock'em cinematic universe. All right, we're going to play this back. You'll see. You'll see.
That's not even that bad. I heard they're making a movie version on Uno, the card game. Uno.
What?
No joke. Look it up. I'm not even joking right now. They're
making a movie out of Uno.
They're developing a movie out of Uno. I swear to God, I read that. It's like, what?
The card game, not the place you worked at in college.
No, that would be more interesting.
I'd like to see that movie.
That I would go see.
Nights in old Wayne, New Jersey at Uno.
Didn't they learn anything from You Sunk My Battleship?
No, they didn't.
Starring Liam Neeson and Rihanna.
I know. What the Harrison Ford's sitting there playing Battleship, and he's like, look at this little pin. It looks like I just sunk your battleship. And someone's like, K-19 the Widowmaker, Battleship, the movie.
Yeah, there you go. There's the connection right there.
There it is. Boom, boom. I was there. I was there when that happened, so I'm speaking from experience.
What's a good board game that they could make an interesting movie out of? Let's try to be positive.
Okay, all right.
Let's try to think. Monopoly? Can they do something with Monopoly?
Obviously, that's going to be hard because you know they've been trying, right? Someone's been trying to make Monopoly. If they're doing Uno.
Yeah. They're like, we can't figure out Monopoly. Let's go on to Uno.
Yeah. That's much easier.
Yeah. There's colors and there's numbers.
Mousetrap.
There you go. Now you're thinking. Now you're on to something. Clue? Oh, wait, they did that already. What was I'm surprised they didn't remake that, though. Or are they remaking that?
You know it's going to happen. It'll be like Clue with Zac Efron. This mansion's haunted. That's not even the movie anymore.
Martin Mull will still be in it, though.
he's still kicking, isn't he? Martin Mull.
Yeah, he's still around. Good, you know what's funny? Speaking of Martin Mull, I'm digressing a little bit, but we were watching Mrs. Doubtfire the other day, and he plays Sally Field's boss, but he's only in one brief scene introducing Sally Field to Pierce Brosnan in the scene. And I was like, really? Is he in any other scenes in this movie? And why did they get such a pretty prominent actor to do such a small role? Unless his role was cut back by a lot. But I just thought it was so bizarre.
Chris Columbus said, no, I don't think so.
Yeah. He's not a Martin Mull fan,
They said more Mull is not always better.
Yeah. That was a producer's note. Too much Mull.
It said on the list that there was Too much Mull.
Why
Was he
is
high?
Harrison Ford involved in this?
Was I high? Well, no, because he's part of show business. He's Mr. Show Business. He's part of every
He's just
meeting.
involved in
He's
everything?
involved in everything, dude. Trust me, I was there. Listen to me.
All right.
I was
believe
there.
you.
We need more Martin Mull in this
This is doubtful.
movie about the man who stalks his children in the old lady costume.
But anyway, I'm sorry.
You
You
went on a
said
whole
Martin
Mull
and-
road, off-road there, buddy. You're in the weeds with Martin Mull.
I did. I went in the weeds with Martin Mull.
Good thing our moms are the only ones listening. They'll get all the references.
They're like, who's Martin Mull again?
Yeah. Who's Martin Mull? Do you watch The Resident Alien? You mean Resident Alien? Yes, The Resident Alien. Do you watch it?
Why does it sound like Howard Stern's mom?
I know.
Our moms sound like Howard's mom.
I'm going too far into the Howard impression. Hey, speaking of which, do you want to hear me argue with Ronnie?
Yeah.
You want to hear me on Howard
Why,
briefly?
You called in again?
Yeah.
You called in again?
Yeah, listen,
my God,
I have an
yes.
abridged version. It's super short. Let me just pull it up here.
What's up, Rob?
Hey now?
Hey now.
Hey, last Wednesday's show was like a fucking emotional roller coaster.
Right.
I don't think Ronnie realizes what he's doing here. Have we seen this behavior before? Jackie shutting his light off, holding shit over your head,
Right.
pulling content from the show. It's
Right.
the show, Ronnie. No one cares
I'm
who you're
not
voting
holding
for.
anything over anybody's head, dude. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you
Of
held the
course you are.
keys
You
to
did
the
for
you held the
4
keys to the
fucking
bit.
hours,
You had the
You
keys
held
to the
the keys
bit.
to the bit, Ronnie.
Do
Just
be
tell us what
mad
you're
at me.
voting
Go
for.
ahead. Be my guest. Be mad
I'm
at
not
me. It's
mad.
fine.
I'm frustrated. I mean,
Why?
why would
Why?
you do
want
this
part?
to
You
us?
want part of it? You want to be part of it? You want to
We
be part
want
of
to
Ralph?
know. It's
Yeah,
been
right.
a question for
Yeah,
years,
I wanna be
Ronnie.
part of it.
Anyway, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
Wow. So wait, back up a little bit. What was it exactly that Ronnie did?
basically, Ronnie, it was during the election, and he wouldn't tell anybody who he was voting for. And Ralph,
Okay, yeah.
Howard's longtime stylist, offered up that if Ronnie revealed who he was voting for, he would reveal finally if he was gay or not.
Oh, okay.
And they kept us on the hook for like weeks, so I finally had to call in and yell at Ronnie myself. But he never backed down, but that was my little interaction from back in the fall.
That's hilarious. It's so funny to mess with Ronnie, though.
I know,
and
because
see
you
him
can
get
just get him
angry.
going at any time.
Yeah.
He never,
Just the way he
ever
yell-
stays quiet.
Just the way he yells, it's so comical.
Yeah.
Not even threatening. It's funny. You're becoming a Stern Show regular caller now.
I
You're
know.
like, what's her face from Brooklyn?
Marianne from Brooklyn.
Marianne from Brooklyn.
But yeah, so what were we talking about?
We just talked about Martin Mull for half an hour.
We went on a off-ramp about Martin Mull for 20 minutes and his minute role in Mrs. Doubtfire. This show's cutting edge. Cutting edge, I
Yeah.
tell you. Buy,
So-
sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. Buy it. Buy it. Oh, I'm changing gears. Enough about the Falcon, the Winter Soldier, and Martin Mull and all that bullshit.
Chin Diesel.
No, let's get John in here and let's talk to him a little bit about Flop of the Heap, his new podcast. John, how are you doing? How you doing in the pandemic? Everything good?
Oh my God, everything's different. Colors are brighter, tastes are sweeter. Just kidding. It's all the fucking same.
Yep. And it will be for some time still.
Yeah, I know. I stumbled across a Facebook page the other day, a couple days ago, that was like, you know how like advertisements pop up?
Yeah. All the time.
And it's like, yeah, like constantly. It's like, you know, buy this latest bullshit for stocking stuffer or whatever. So the page that popped up was fakemasks.com. And it's for the percentage of the population that doesn't believe in the pandemic and doesn't think that wearing a mask has any point. And so they're fake masks. They're shaped the same as a mask, but they have like just gauze so you can see your mouth through the mask. And it filled me with such rage and honestly just hopeless disappointment in humanity, really, because what the actual fuck? Like, your freedom is being taken away by the inconvenience of putting on a mask, so you're going to inconvenience yourself by putting on a fake mask that doesn't actually protect you from airborne contaminants. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what the fuck? Have you never been to the dentist? Like, your dentist wears a fucking mask when he cleans your goddamn teeth. What is wrong with you? It's another stark reminder of the just sheer emptiness of it all.
The deep dawning chasm.
The gaping maw of life.
Well, I didn't invite you today to talk about all that.
It's all I know how to talk about.
I know. And we can't, we have to address it.
Yeah.
But let's talk about why you're here today. You have a podcast out about Broadway flops.
Yeah. So in theatrical terms, a hit is a show that runs and a flop is a show that does not. And I always knew of a few sort of famous flops. There's this famous musical production of Carrie, the movie, the Stephen King Carrie, that is infamous for being just a total train wreck in the 1980s.
Never even knew it existed.
Oh, yeah, it's just awful. So a show like that, which was such a huge epic flop, has become sort of a cult classic and has been remounted and has people have tried to produce it. There was a kind of an off-Broadway production a few years ago, I think, of it. But
really?
Yeah, but there are so many other shows that have also flopped that we just don't know of because they're not part of the musical theater canon. And me being a huge musical theater fan, I thought it was a fascinating topic. So me and my buddy Mark, we were on the Ragtime tour together, just dove into the history of the Broadway flop. And most composers that are, famous for writing Broadway musicals, Rodgers and Hammerstein, Cole Porter, Gershwins, everyone has had their failures, and it's kind of an interesting take on the world of Broadway and all the connections and history. It's really been fascinating to work on it. Plus, it's fucking hilarious.
It is. It's very, very funny, and the stories are just ridiculous. How did you even find all these stories to make an entire podcast out of it?
A couple years ago, I think a yard sale or something, I found two books that are a collection of all the Broadway night opening reviews from the New York Times, the Herald, all the old newspapers, and reading the critical reception to some of these shows that did not do well is the funniest part of the podcast and my favorite thing to do. So the podcast we decided is called Flop of the Heap, and it's available wherever podcasts are available.
Well, what I love about it is you guys come to the table with a lot of research, and you are very well read in what exactly happened with these flops. A lot of these musicals that you guys talk about are from a long time ago.
And they're absolutely forgotten.
Right.
I mean, if a show only ran for 20 performances, that's a handful of people that saw it. If a movie is a bomb, millions of people still saw it,
Right, exactly. It still made some sort of money.
It's still available on DVD somewhere.
Right, exactly. And so I really love, forgive me for forgetting the name of the show, but I mean, wasn't there a show that closed on their preview, like after the first preview or something? Am I getting that right?
So the second episode of the podcast, we do a show called Kelly, which is, it was 1960s, 64, I think. And it was one of the, if not the first Broadway show to open and close on opening night, which is just so sad. And we've been researching some shows, especially the newer ones. Spider-Man was a big disaster. King Kong, for all of its ingenuity and awesome puppetry, was a flop. Those shows are kind of like if you're in the show, if you're working on the show, you don't know whether it's going to fly or not.
Right.
This show, from the beginning of rehearsals, everyone in the cast and crew and directorial team seemed to know that they were all on a sinking ship and they all just kept playing that violin until the very end. But yeah, everyone was like, this is a piece of garbage. We are riding a piece of garbage to the moon and no one is going to survive.
Wow.
Yeah, and so the story is based on, so it's a turn of the century musical about this fella named Hop Kelly, who is based on a real live historical New Yorker named Steve Brody, who jumped off the Brooklyn Bridge and survived. Now, Brooklyn Bridge opened in 1883, and of course, it's like nothing to us today. It's just a beautiful landmark, but at the time, it was the biggest feat of human ingenuity. It was like, just incredible to look at. So everyone was fascinated by it. You wanted to walk over it. You wanted to, and of course, at this time before turn of the century, people didn't have cable and they had a lot of extra time on their hands to impress one another. People had the same, desire for celebrity that they do today, except today it's much easier because you can just do it on your phone with
you can do a TikTok of you jumping off the Brooklyn Bridge.
Exactly. Yeah. So this guy jumped off the Brooklyn Bridge as like a publicity stunt and survived, and a team decided to make a musical out of it.
What a fascinating topic to make an entire musical out of. Where did they go wrong? I mean, when you think about that.
When you know how the damn show ends, there isn't anywhere to go, really.
Right. And he survived, right? And that's it?
That's it. Another big problem was that the character, this main character, wasn't very likable, I mean, you watch a classic musical like The Music Man, one of my favorites, and, Harold Hill is a con man, but he's lovable. He has
charisma, yeah.
He has so much charisma, and you root for him.
And he learns something by the end.
Absolutely. He has an arc of a story.
Yes.
This character is just like a dick, and you do not care about him. You do not want him to survive the fall.
So you have no shortage of flops, I take
No
it.
shortage of flops.
I think you've cornered the market on flop Broadway.
I certainly hope so. Here's another good one that's on the list. The dude that wrote Oliver, his name is Lionel Bart. Oliver was obviously a huge hit in London and then on Broadway a couple years later. He, after the success of Oliver, he wrote a musical version of Robin Hood called, and I kid you not, twang! Exclamation point. Twang! Like the sound of an arrow hitting a tree? Twang? Get the fuck out of here!
Do you think twang was the first crack at a title?
I mean, how could no one suggest Robin Hood? Robin Hood! Exclamation point. Or Hood! Exclamation point. Or Robin!
Wow.
It's a niche market topic, but I think it's very funny. So hopefully some theater nerds will tune in.
It is very funny. It's a great show. If you're looking for a new podcast, you can listen to Flop of the Heap, hosted by John Bowe and Mark Albert, wherever podcasts are broadcast. John Bowe, always a pleasure.
I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
See you, dude. Bye.
Wow.
Love that guy. Show's very good. Listen to it.
That was actually really interesting because it's not a topic that you normally hear people talking about. So
a lot of people would like to hear those stories. I think a lot of people would be interested, especially in the Broadway musical entertainment community. So good on them. I hope they make lots more.
So Rob.
Well, yes, Pete, yes.
A lot of people have been asking us where we got the title of the show from. The message boards are lighting up. People are tweeting, asking us.
Rico and the Man, yes.
Rico and the Man.
Yeah, well, Rico and the Man, that's a long story, but let's see if we can get into it. Rico and the Man.
I'll get into it. Well, Rico and the Man was actually the characters that Rob and I played in a college movie that we shot. Cult classic, if you will, called The Man 2, Back for Seconds.
This is another movie that would be canceled today if you watched it.
Yeah, that's true. This is not This is not PC, but it was a hell of a lot of fun to make, and I'm happy we did it. But yeah, when we were talking about the podcast, we're just trying to come up with different titles. We're trying to come up with movie references. I think at one point, just kind of vague movie references, and yeah, we came up with this one, which I think fits nicely, in my opinion. But most people just seeing it wouldn't know what the hell it would be about and why it's called that.
So yeah, the show's called Rico and the Man. The working title, I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, let us know what you guys think out there. If you have a better title suggestion, let us know.
Yeah.
But this is what we came up with. All right, it's been a long year. This is the best we could do.
So yeah, follow us on Twitter at Rico and the Man, and you tell us.
If there's any other suggestions you have for the show, please write us in the comments.
Thanks for listening to our first ever episode of Rico and the Man, soon to be maybe something else, we shall see. Peter Martino, as always, I love you.
I love you too, Rob. You have a good night, and thank you everyone for listening.
We'll see you next week.